What is good, YouTube? It's AJ Boogie. I'm back at it again, and I'm bringing that JBA LaMelo ball. Now, last night I only watched the second half of the game. I've been extremely busy this weekend, but the second half was all I really needed to see. LA took the W last night, winning 150 to Seattle's 145. I'm not going to lie, I'm not being biased, but it was pretty entertaining. It was very up and down, and it was good quality basketball. Defense was there. It was intense. They played with passion. They were diving on the floor. It was pretty entertaining. Another big improvement that the JBA made. The shot clock was there, game clock, everything. The score, and periodically, they would show stats like 3-point percentage, team rebounds. It looked like a professional game. I think last night, now I haven't seen every team play, but I think LA and Seattle are the two best teams in the JBA as of right now. LA was very good last night. They had 3 30-point scores, 2 of them with 40. Greg Floyd with 30 points, 33 rebounds. LaMelo Ball finished with 39. And Niles Malone, the 5'9" guy, the guy with a lot of heart, the guy with a lot of dog, 48 points. Let's talk about LaMelo first. He had a very impressive game. He was more of a facilitator. He got them in their offense. He would drive to the basket, kick, he would drive, he would finish. He looked good. I was very impressed with LaMelo's offhand, his left hand. Now, he's only 16. I have not seen a 16-year-old who can use his left hand like he can. He passes with his left hand, he can dribble with his left especially well, he can finish with his left. There was one point in the game where he drove down the lane and shot a left-handed floater and made it. How many people can shoot a left-handed floater, period, when they're right-hand dominant? Melo finished with 39 and fouled out. Now, that was the most interesting part of the game. I thought to myself, this is the moment of truth. Because he fouled out with about 5-6 minutes left to go. This is the moment of truth. With him fouling out, what will the live stream do? Because obviously, he is the face of the league. This is the person that everyone came to see. I had a feeling in my stomach, the views are going to go down. Everyone's going to dip out now. They had about roughly, I would say, 10 to 11,000 views constantly. And then once he fouled out, it dipped down pretty quick back down to 8. And I was thinking, I was like, I kind of expected this to happen. The biggest name fouled out, fell down to 8. But as the game kept going, a player named Niles Malone, who's quickly becoming my favorite player, and in the live stream, in the chat, I think a lot of other people, he's their favorite player also. There's a lot of fight in this guy, Niles Malone. There's a lot of dog in him, which I love. Finished with 48 points. And during that last 5-6 minute span, he's the one that LA went to. LA needed another scorer to help out the scoring load with Melo out, and they needed another ball handler with LaMelo out. So it became basically, Niles Malone, you got to carry us to this W. And he rose to the occasion. He slithered his way all night to the rim, kept on drawing fouls, made some big time 3-pointers, and iced the game away with his free throws. This guy is a player. Now, typically with these short guys, when they drive to the basket, more times than not, I would say the refs are a little bit more lenient to call a foul. But not with this guy. He forced the refs to call fouls. He drives hard to the basket. It doesn't matter if you're on his hip, he's going to go up strong on you. Very impressive game from Niles Malone. Remember that name. Now, if you watch my other video, you know how I feel about Greg Floyd. I think he's an NBA talent. He's kind of the unsung hero for this team. LaMelo gets a lot of the spotlight, and Niles Malone took a lot of it last night. But Greg Floyd quietly had a 30-30 game. 31 points, 33 rebounds. Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of a quiet 30-30 game? I never have. Too many times people think rebounding is being at the right place at the right time. It kinda is, but it's not. Rebounding is about positioning. Rebounding is about heart. Rebounding is about a high motor. Greg Floyd uses his body so well. He's strong, he's athletic, he can jump. When the ball is in the air, he is moving. He doesn't stand still. He's moving to get in position to get the rebound, putting himself in the best spot. I still stand by my statement that I think he can be an NBA player. Now, let's talk about Seattle. Seattle's got some players too. Jarrell Springer had 48 points. I was really impressed with this guy. He's another kind of combo guard. Can take you off the dribble, can shoot. He's kind of the complete package. He does everything well. Shot over 50% from the floor, which is pretty good, especially if you're scoring 48 points. Seattle played a very good game. This was a game that they could have won. They slowed Los Angeles down by getting baskets right under the basket. What I mean by that was, there weren't too many long rebounds to where LA could get out on the break and make you run. They would score close to the basket, so LA would have to take the ball out with about 10 people on their side of the floor, so they couldn't make those long bombs, couldn't get out on the break. Now, Seattle's chance was about when LaMelo fouled out, about 4 minutes left to go in the game. They were in the bonus. They had plenty of opportunities to make their free throws and make it a game. Some of them couldn't do it. That Springer kid was about the only one who was consistent from the free throw line. Another thing that impressed me with Seattle, they're all long. They're all athletic. Last time I saw LA play, they had probably about 3 to 4 better athletes than New York their first game. Not as much with Seattle. Like I said, I haven't seen every team play, but I think Seattle is the top dog. They got a lot of athletes, top to bottom. Another one who was really athletic for that Seattle team, JaMychal Morgan. There were about 2 points in the game where JaMychal Morgan came down the lane and you knew he was going to rise up and dunk. And 2 times, everyone got out of the way. And he knew it too. No one wanted to get hit by him. He came down, dunked it, and started flexing like he was LeBron. Something that really caught my eye though with the JBA. I was listening throughout the live stream. Some sponsors that they had. Listen to the names of these sponsors. Wilson. Obviously, they make the JBA basketball. iHeartRadio. Wells Fargo. People, this isn't your local McDonald's or donut shop. These are 2 well-respected names. You could say something different about Wells Fargo, but you understand what I'm saying. If I had to give a grade to this game, I would give it a solid B+. You thought I was going to give it an A, didn't you? The only reason I'm not giving it an A or an A-, this is something I was scared of. I noticed 2 people who were having cramps. I was kind of scared that these guys were not conditioned enough to play an NBA game for 48 minutes. Up and down, up and down, up and down. An NBA game is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Some of these guys are playing back-to-backs. Now, I know it's what they signed up for, they knew what they were getting into, but they had a training camp. I don't think it was nearly as long as it should have been. I just hope none of these kids get hurt because they're already very thin with having 8 players on the team, but otherwise I think a B+ is a very fair grade, very solid grade. That's all the heat I got for today. Like, comment, subscribe to the Boogie Squad. AJ Boogie, and I'm out. Boom!